Hello, this is Cybernet, and I'm Steve Truitt. Today we'll fly into danger, score a hockey goal, meet a dangerous gunslinger, and dive into an outer space adventure. Always astounding, it's Cybernet. We take off into this week's show with a title that takes us back to the conflict that mobilized America's greatest generation. And now you can relive those experiences, so suit up, soldier. Uncle Sam wants you up in the skies where you can become one of the heroes of the Pacific on the PC, Xbox, and PlayStation 2. In this epic World War II flight combat adventure, you take on the role of an ace fighter pilot who's been plunged into the most ferocious battles of the Pacific theater. You'll command a squadron of 32 planes through 26 missions based on actual events that have been recreated with stunning detail. As you begin to accumulate victories, you can upgrade aircraft, and with everything unlocked, you'll have over 85 unique planes to pilot. Thankfully, this title delivers authentic handling across the entire fleet, so you'll really notice a difference when piloting the fast and nimble P-51 Mustang as opposed to the much slower B-25 Mitchell. As a counterbalance to the enemy's constant attacks, a full complement of authentic artillery is at your disposal. To engage in dogfights, your machine guns and cannons should do the trick. But when your missions call for eliminating specific ground targets, free-fall bombs, torpedoes, and rockets can be deployed with a push of a button. And since all weapons have specific damage characteristics, it's best to learn their specific qualities. Mastery of flying is crucial, especially when you find yourself in the thick of a 300-plane dogfight. If an enemy's plane starts sputtering white smoke, you have a hit. The darker the smoke, the closer that plane is to exploding. On the flip side, if you're in a desperate situation, you can engage war speed to push your plane to the limit. But be advised that if you hold this function too long, your engine will overheat. There are many first-person shooters that deliver authentic recreations of many legendary WW2 battles. With Heroes of the Pacific, gamers can finally experience these dynamic aerial battles with incredible graphics and sharp execution. So slip on those goggles and take to the sky, because the fate of the free world is at stake. If you're like us, the moment you take to the pitch in Brian Lara's International Cricket 2005, you'll want to set up some competitive matches against serious rivals. Well, hang tight, because Cybernet is here with this cheat on the PC. From the main menu, choose Options, then Cheats, then navigate to Unlock All Teams and enter G, O, O, D, L, E, N, G, T, and H. Now you've got access to every team this title has to offer, so feel free to recreate famous classic battles or grab some friends and pit your favorite team against theirs. Enjoy. If you're in the mood to control your own personal army of warriors, then you've come to the right place. Prepare for role-playing action in Makai Kingdom, Chronicles of the Sacred Tome for the PS2. In this tactical role-playing game, you assume the role of Lord Zeta, the king of the Netherworld. When your kingdom is threatened by rival overlords, you amass an army of willing fighters to help you. As your enemies strive to end your reign of power, it's up to you to defeat their legions of axe-wielding foes and emerge victorious. Get ready. To get things started, you first create your own personal army of followers, choosing their look, specialties, and weapons. Once your characters are completed, you then utilize the invite system, allowing you to select which members of your army you want to send into combat. This adds even more strategy to the game since you can't change your characters mid-battle. There are plenty of options for you to select from. Along with sending your army into battle, you can also create housing facilities for your army to reside in, as well as powerful vehicles such as motorcycles or mechs. Unlike most grid-based RPGs, the battlefields here are free roaming, but while this allows you some freedom to move around, it also makes combat a bit clustered and hard to follow. One really cool aspect is the weapon selection. Not only can you utilize massive axes and katana blades, you can also brandish machine guns as well as rocket launchers to demolish the enemy. Also, you can pick up objects or even other characters to crush your opponents. Ouch! That's gotta hurt! Graphically, there isn't anything spectacular here. The characters are created in 2D low resolution, the sound design is average, and the environments are less than engaging. But while Makai Kingdom is far from groundbreaking, fans of Disgaea and Phantom Brave will likely find plenty to be happy about. Next up, we have amazing preview footage of a rascally rebel who's making the transition from cameo appearances to stardom in his very own game. Move over, Sonic, because Shadow the Hedgehog is coming soon to the GameCube, Xbox, and PS2. In this 3D action platformer, you'll fill the shoes of the dark anti-hero Shadow, traveling across your home planet in search of your lost memories. All the exciting elements that have made the Sonic series popular are here, from lightning-fast running action to massive environments. Also, you'll have access to swords and guns to fight all kinds of crazy enemies. And best of all, there'll be motorcycles and massive flying bats to ride on. In addition to the fast-paced fun, you'll also have to make a decision to join either the good or evil forces. This decision will affect your actions and ultimately the outcome of the game. Keep it tuned to Cybernet to see if Shadow the Hedgehog becomes a strong addition to the Sonic franchise. Okay, it's time for Cybernet's Top 10 PlayStation 2 Games chart. At number 10, this super-powered quartet is ready to bring down the forces of Dr. Doom and save the world in Fantastic Four. The Dark Knight knows what scares the criminals of Gotham City in the superhero adventure Batman Begins at 9. Invading our 8th spot, see if you have what it takes to conquer the Earth as a nasty alien and destroy all humans. Cruise the streets for money, fame, and maybe even a new car in the pulse-pounding street racer Juiced at 7. Taking aim at 6, it's time to relive some of the most amazing battles of World War II in Medal of Honor European Assault. This gargantuan green destroyer has free reign to do whatever he pleases in the Incredible Hulk Ultimate Destruction at 5. At number 4, put the pedal to the metal and blast off the starting line with NASCAR 06 Total Team Control. Pick your team and prepare for some of the most intense hockey action around in NHL 06, skating in at number 3. Crashing in at 2, drive some of the most awesome cars on the road and then smash them up in Burnout Revenge. But it's the awesome gridiron action of Madden NFL 2006 that makes it our PlayStation 2 number 1. Electronic Arts has pleased hockey fans around the world for many years with their NHL series. But after last year's less than stellar 2005 edition, we'll see if things have improved in NHL 06, slashing onto the PC and all consoles. There are a few welcome changes from last year's installment, ranging from graphics to player handling. Thankfully, the overbearing opponent AI has been tweaked, so now you don't have to worry about getting knocked off your skates every 10 seconds. This allows you to more easily lead an offensive charge and score a few goals. As expected, all the great features that have made this series excel are back. Dynasty mode has been given added depth, allowing you to take control of a team and guide their every move, from game schedules, roster changes, and financial operations. You can also create players with your own specifications to really tear up the ice. A new addition to the game is an improved shooting mechanism. In previous editions, shooting was never very accurate and mostly left to chance. Now when you pull back for a slap shot, a target appears in the back of the net. This allows you to aim your shot exactly where you want it to go before you send the puck flying. Graphically, there have been a few touch-ups. Over the course of the game, the ice now smoothly transitions from shiny to scratched and dull. The player models here are also superb, showing subtle differences between bigger linemen and smaller offensemen. This attention to detail is especially apparent in cutscenes after goals or during a fight on the ice. Overall, NHL 6 delivers a far stronger hockey experience than last year's edition, thanks to updates like the new realistic puck movement feature. After last year's average performance, the series returns in the right direction. Now, get out there and work on your slap shot. Here at Cybernet, we feel that if you're crazy enough to make your living as a professional street racer, you deserve all the help you can get. So grab a pen and write down this cheat for Juiced on the Xbox. Ready, steady, go! Navigate your way to the arcade mode. Then at the cheat screen, enter Pint. That's P-I-N-N-T. You've just unlocked all the cars that this title has to offer. Gone are the days when you have to save up your money just so you can supercharge some piece of junk. Coming up, we invade the Wild Wild West and confront a dangerous galactic threat. We blast our way into our second half with a blood-curdling excursion into a Wild West infested with vampires and other supernatural freaks of nature. It'll be up to you to stop them, so pick up a six-shooter and ride into the nightmarish world of Dark Watch for the Xbox and PlayStation 2. In this frightening first-person shooter, you take on the role of an outlaw gunslinger named Jericho Cross. While robbing a train, he accidentally releases a dangerous vampire lord, unleashing a terrible evil. It'll be your mission to destroy this powerful creature and massacre his minions of darkness. Luckily, a mysterious secret society called the Dark Watch will provide much-needed backup. Although this game incorporates many conventional FPS elements and familiar genres, it surpasses similar titles thanks to the cool cinematic Western imagery and terrific level design. And because of the intense action, there's never a dull moment. The weapon selection here is excellent and just what you'd expect. Along with the core crop of rapid-fire pistols, there's a carbine, a powerful shotgun, and a range rifle for long-distance scoping. Our favorite, though, is the dual crossbow, which shoots out tiny explosives that stick to the enemy. To spice things up, most of these weapons can be used in up-close melee attacks, so there's no need to panic if you're caught reloading. And if you get tired of firing off bullets, you can always toss a few sticks of dynamite. Eventually, you'll also acquire special abilities such as super jumping and blood vision, which lets you see special targets and hidden enemies. The enemies here are both ruthless and challenging due to their smart AI. Along the way, you'll blast away at all kinds of skeletons, reapers, reanimated gunslingers, and flying banshees who screech when hit. Remember, though, being a gunslinger requires you to become a real sharpshooter, so don't miss or you'll be in a world of hurt. Adding to the variety, you can fire twin gun turrets on a four-wheeled steam wagon, or hop on your faithful horse Shadow for some true cowboy action. By successfully melding horror and Western themes, Dark Watch rises to the top as one of the surprise hits of the year. Sure, it's single-minded, but it's also well executed with tight controls and sharp graphics. Now, let's show those varmints who's boss. Anybody that drives a big rig for a living will tell you that these 18-wheelers break down a lot. Well, thankfully, you have friends at Cybernet that can help. So write down this cheat for Big Mother Truckers 2, Truck Me Harder, on the PS2. At the main menu, select the Trial by Trucking option, then press circle to activate the cheat screen. Then enter No Damage. That's N-O-D-A-M-A-G and E. If you're not too road weary, you probably figured out that your big rig is now invincible, so nothing will stand in your way. Smash past cars, buses, and anything else that dares to cross your path. Have fun and stay tuned for more cheats. Our game of the week begins with a warning to all mankind. Flying saucers have been spotted in the sky, and aliens are on the attack. Yikes! No, this isn't a remake of Plan 9 from outer space. It's Destroy All Humans on the Xbox and PlayStation 2. In a twist on the aliens versus humans theme, this game puts you into the spacesuit of an alien warrior named Crypto, who's been sent to Earth to clear the way for an invasion. Using destructive weapons and mind-boggling mental powers, you'll infiltrate humanity, control them, and eventually destroy them.
Let me tell you something, Pox. When do I get to blow things up?
In all, there are 5 enormous landscapes that are designed with a retro style lifted right from cheesy sci-fi films of the 50s. The missions are varied, but most are based on simply causing havoc and making mincemeat out of the hapless humans. It's almost an unfair fight due to the out-of-this-world weaponry you have, including a ray gun, a sonic boom, and a quantum deconstructor. And thanks to your enlarged cranium, you'll also have some cool mental powers, so you can use telekinesis to toss cars into buildings, hypnotize people to make them do your bidding, or even body snatch someone, which allows you to go undetected. Ultimately, though, your goal is to extract DNA, and this is where things get a bit gruesome, because to collect it, you literally have to suck it out of their brains. Adding to the fun is an open-ended style of play allowing for a multitude of side quests, so you can choose to go on a carefree rampage or complete pre-selected objectives. And if you ever desire a bird's-eye view, you can cruise around on a jetpack or jump into your trusty spacecraft. From the safety of the sky, you can destroy cities and wreak havoc on the military. Using your alien powers is a blast and hugely enjoyable thanks to the excellent graphics and interactive environments. Pandemic Studios deserves praise for such an innovative effort that's both engaging and wonderfully animated. Destroy All Humans is loaded with quirky humor and is a great change of pace from the glut of gritty crime releases making it our Game of the Week.
So, as you can see, there's nothing to trouble your puny human brains about.
We close out this week's show with a game that was initially planned as the first release of an epic sci-fi trilogy. Suffice it to say, this project was an extremely ambitious undertaking. So, will this be another case of all potential and no follow-through? Let's find out as Advent Rising arrives for the PC and Xbox.
You are Gideon Wyeth. Your older brother Ethan is a renowned war hero, and he gets you assigned as the co-pilot on the diplomatic mission that's going to meet these aliens that arrive on your planet. So we start you off with rocket launchers and machine guns and sniper rifles and all these things, and a full complement of vehicles, ground-based, hover, and air vehicles that are fully drivable, fully flyable. And as you fight through the game with these weapons, you'll eventually evolve into a superhero. So you essentially will become the weapon.
Set in the distant future, Advent Rising begins when contact is made with not one, but two alien races. The first, a benevolent group, warns of the pending arrival of another sinister race called the Seekers. These relentless predators are determined to exterminate all traces of human existence.
Humans are mythological creatures. There are all these vastly intelligent, advanced alien races that, as they kind of developed their technology and took to the stars and developed interstellar travel and started meeting each other, they found that they all had these similar undercurrent legends of these humans.
The well-rounded story is a huge part of the game's experience, and it's this element that sets it apart from other basic run-and-gun third-person shooters. In fact, famed science fiction author Orson Scott Card, who wrote the classic Ender's Game, was brought in to help shape Advent Rising's roller coaster ride. The first thing you'll notice about controlling Gideon is his wide range of impressive skills, including the ability to dual wield and perform a deadly melee attack. Plus, taking a page from the Max Payne handbook, he has a slow-motion dodge jump to avoid getting shot. As you progress, you'll also learn how to harness latent superpowers, giving you the ability to move objects with your mind and generate energy pulses to eliminate enemies. The enemy AI is smart, well-armored, and extremely resourceful, so you'll constantly be forced to adapt by mapping different weapons to each trigger to suit specific situations. Sadly, though, combat suffers from severe frame rate slowdown, and the targeting reticle seems to have a mind of its own. For instance, you'll be in a tight jam, fighting the beast in front of you, only to have the targeting system turn you completely around to face a less threatening adversary. Additionally, there are a few areas where the scripted events refuse to play out, forcing you to restart the level to progress. These and a few other technical issues, such as an erratic camera, only add to the level of frustration. Advent Rising is full of many first-rate elements, but oddly, they're dependent on a game engine that can't handle the on-screen action. If gamers are willing to look past the random targeting system and poor frame rate, then this title is for you. If not, there are other superior third-person shooters on the market. That's all from us. Cybernet has come to the end of another sensational show. Remember, though, you can still write us via email. So until next time, here's more fantastic FMV imagery from Dungeon Siege 2, Compliments of Cybernet.